You became very famous, very young, very quickly. How do you think that affected you?
I think it's harder. The age itself isn't that much of a problem. Although obviously the older you get, the more mature you are and able to handle things. The problem with me was I made it very quick in the career. So I hadn't learned anything. I hadn't really learned how to produce. I wasn't singing particularly well because the voice was still young. That's a problem for age, I suppose. I was very, very inexperienced on stage. I'd only ever done about a dozen little pubs. That's all before. And the next thing I know, I'm at Glasgow Apollo. That's a big jump. And it's difficult to take in the change of pressure that's involved because I went from absolutely nowhere to being fairly much the kiddie around the world. And that's difficult because most bands have a progressive rise. You know, they get a top 50, a top 40, a top 30, top 20, and they make it bit by bit. And each rise, they get more used to the workload as it increases, more used to the pressure, the public reaction, all that sort of thing. And that's very difficult to go from nowhere to the top overnight, especially being young and relatively immature about things. And you have to do all your growing up and all your learning with everybody watching. And if they're not being particularly kind, that makes it increasingly difficult. And I did have a few problems there.
You also retired early too, didn't you? Why
yeah, well, all I did was stop doing touring. I said, I don't want to do any more tours for a while. Well, for good. I was quite serious about that at the time. I didn't want to stop making records at all. And everyone kept saying that I was retiring. I just got fed up saying I wasn't in the end. And that was all. Well, I didn't honestly retire. I just stopped touring because it was taking me away from home a lot. I can't write when I'm touring. I did 2 world tours in 12 months, which is a hell of a lot from somebody that's only ever done the open anchor in London before. And I thought, this is dreadful. And I wasn't enjoying it. I didn't feel natural on stage. I didn't feel at ease with it. I didn't like being away from home a lot because I wasn't used to it. Very much a little homeboy, you know, from the country. And I just didn't get on with it very well. And it took me a long time. It took me 3 or 4 years to grow up and to get to like it and to get used to it and to know it's very much like when you first start having sex. It's not what you thought. It's entirely different. You have to learn the pleasure, what's involved with it. And becoming famous is very, very much like that, especially if it happens quickly, like it did with me overnight. You have to learn what there is to enjoy about it and what to avoid.